Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're diving straight into how you can actually master AI fast. And we're going to do it by completely cutting through that massive wall of overwhelm. If you've been feeling like there's just way too much to learn right now, believe me, you are not alone. So we're focusing purely on the fast track here, leveling up your skills, dropping all the noise, and getting you to a place of real practical mastery. Let's get into it. So ask yourself this. How on earth can you possibly learn AI fast when there is just so much noise online? Well, here is the really exciting reality. You can actually master this tech by flat out ignoring 80% of what you see. Seriously. So much of the advice floating around out there is either completely outdated, because things move so fast, or it's just pure academic theory that you are literally never going to use in your day-to-day life. We're basically applying the classic 80-20 rule to AI learning. We are going to strictly toss out that massive 80% slice of outdated theory. Just get rid of it. Instead, we're focusing entirely on that golden 20%, the highly practical skills that will actually still matter a decade from now. And to get there, we're going to walk through a really clear 3-level progression. All right, level 1, pick one model and go deep. Think of picking your first AI model kind of like choosing your starter Pokemon. There really is no wrong choice as long as you just pick one and actually stick with it. See, top AI companies are constantly copying each other anyway, so your skills are going to easily carry over from one to the next. To save you some serious time, let's just filter out a few right off the bat. XAI, it simply isn't competitive enough right now. Perplexity is amazing, but it's really more of a search tool that fine-tunes other models. And open source models, well, they're still lagging a bit behind. That leaves us with the big 3. First, ChatGPT. It's the most mature, has a ton of tutorials out there, and is absolutely incredible for web search and deep research. Then you have Claude. Claude is your go-to for writing, design, and coding. And hey, even if you're not technical, remember that things like advanced data analysis actually run on code under the hood. Finally, Gemini. It is the absolute best for mixed media, like processing video and audio. Plus, it's an absolute no-brainer if you already live inside Google Workspace. So how do you actually choose? Well, first off, prioritize paid tiers. If you're using the free version of ChatGPT, but your company pays for Gemini, use Gemini. The gap between free and paid models is literally night and day. Second, match the tool to your daily work based on those strengths we just talked about. And third, honestly, pick based on vibes. I know it sounds silly, but if you just naturally enjoy the interface and personality of a specific AI, you're going to use it way more. Oh, and here's a massive pro tip. Always go into your settings and change your default to the most capable model available. These companies often default to their weakest models because, well, it's cheaper for them to run. But you want the powerful ones, the ones that will actually catch the subtle nuances of what you're asking. Okay, moving on to level 2, context beats prompts. Get ready because we are about to introduce a massive paradigm shift in how you actually talk to AI. Here's the truth. Prompt engineering, at least how we used to think about it, is essentially dead. These models have gotten so incredibly powerful that they really don't rely on your perfect magic phrasing anymore to give you a great output. To prove this, just imagine you need to find a restaurant for your boss. Option A. You spend 10 painstakingly detailed minutes writing out every single thing you think your boss might like in this massive convoluted prompt. Or option B. You just hand the AI a list of restaurants your boss has loved in the past and let it figure out the pattern itself. Option B absolutely crushes option A every single time. Handing the AI a list of past favorites is the perfect example of why providing the right context is everything. The big takeaway here is that you don't need to memorize complex prompting frameworks anymore. You just need what we call the OC framework, outcome plus context. It's that simple. Say you want a new workout plan. You don't need to write a whole paragraph telling the AI to act as a senior personal trainer with 20 years of experience. Nope. Just paste in a great article on a push-pull legs routine. Boom, that's your context. And then state your goal, like working out 4 days a week for muscle growth. That's your outcome. The AI automatically inverts its role as a specialized trainer just from the article you gave it. Since context is king, where exactly do we find the stuff? Well, here are your top 3 sources. Number 1, explicitly name a framework. Instead of spending paragraphs explaining how to write a report, just say, hey, rewrite this using the pyramid principle. Those 2 little words carry a massive amount of context. Number 2, provide real examples of what good looks like. Just paste in your last 3 approved weekly status updates and ask it to match that exact format. It'll pull everything it needs directly from your examples. And number 3, connect your tools. The best contact already lives in your Google Drive, your Slack, or your Notion. When you connect them, the AI can just pull whatever it needs directly. But wait, how do you save all this great context so you aren't forced to repeat yourself every single day? You use a feature called Projects in Claude and ChatGPT, or Gems in Gemini. A project is basically a permanent home for your recurring work. It's got three main pieces: instructions for your overarching rules, knowledge files for your key reference documents, and memory, which the AI actually updates automatically. So if you create a workout coach project, and let's say you injure your shoulder trying to press heavy dumbbells, the AI makes a memory of that specific injury and actively steers you away from shoulder exercises until you heal. It's like having a custom coach that actually remembers you. Real quick, before we leave level 2, here is a super high-value pro tip for your projects. Always use markdown files, the ones ending in .md, instead of PDFs whenever you're uploading knowledge files. Markdown files are significantly easier for the AI to read, and honestly, they're just much cheaper to process. You don't even need to do it yourself. You can literally just ask the AI to convert your existing PDFs into Markdown for you. Game changer. All right, now let's escalate things to boss mode with level 3, compounding AI systems. We really have to address the major limitation of level 2. Projects are amazing for your recurring work, for sure, but they are essentially standalone silos. Your workout coach project has absolutely no idea what's going on in your annual health report project. AI systems, on the other hand, equal compounding knowledge. An AI system does what those individual projects simply can't do. It spots patterns across entirely different work streams, and it actively updates itself based on your feedback, so it literally gets smarter over time. Just imagine a system that could look at your travel project and your personal finance project at the exact same time and politely inform you that, actually, you don't quite have the budget for that upcoming Bali trip. So how do you actually build one of these systems? Well, you have 3 distinct pathways. First, Gemini Spark. This is fantastic for beginners because it requires very little setup and connects right into your existing Google tools, though you do have a bit less control. Second, you've got Claude Cowork. This is designed for non-technical users who want a bit more control but still need a guided setup process. Finally, if you're a power user and you're comfortable with code, tools like Anthropic's Claude Code or OpenAI's Codex give you these fully customizable, extremely powerful environments. You can usually tell exactly who the tool is built for just by looking at how intimidating the model selector menu is. Let's walk through a brilliant real-life example of a compounding system in action. Imagine you've got your health checkups, your supplements, and your workout plan all migrated into one single system. Step 1, the AI reads your latest health checkup and notices you have borderline high cholesterol. Step 2, it cross-references that data with your workout plan. Step 3, it flags that you have 0 cardio days and immediately recommends adding some light cardio to your rest days specifically to help with the cholesterol. There's no way a single, siloed project could have ever connected those dots. The other piece of magic with compounding systems is how they actually learn from you. Let's look at how this works when you write a script. Step 1, the AI generates a rough draft for you. Step 2, you go in and make a bunch of your own personal edits so it sounds more like your actual voice. Step 3, you feed that back into the system and tell the AI to reconcile your final version with its initial draft. The AI system actively dissects every single change you made, and it proposes new permanent rules so that the next time it writes for you, it naturally adopts your unique tone. The more feedback you give it, the less instructing you ever have to do. So let's quickly recap our journey through these 3 video game-like levels. Level 1, pick a Big 3 chatbot, make sure you default to the most powerful model, and go deep. Level 2, realize that context completely beats prompting, and start using projects so you stop repeating yourself. Level 3, connect those projects into compounding systems that actually get smarter the more you use them. You see, the gap between just using AI and using it well is pretty much invisible, but by following this exact structure, you get to skip the useless theory entirely. Which brings us to the end. I want to leave you with a final, provocative question. What level are you on right now, and what are you going to build today? Listen, there is absolutely no rush to reach level 3 immediately, but now that you have the roadmap, you can drop the overwhelm. Figure out exactly where you are, pick your model, gather up your context, and start building your AI skills today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.